I scrapped my last robot. Yep, I had to throw it in the trash. Feed it to the wild. And here's why.
See, down, up, straight, down. You see how it leans forward? It's supposed to sit back like that. I gotta scrap it.
It didn't want to stand. Why wouldn't you stand? And just like the animals eat their babies. But in all seriousness, I just wanted to do a better job. And the first step to creating a better build is creating better joints.
If you let all the weight hang like that, look at that, that's a lot of weight. It's as if it wants to snap. So remember in the previous video when I was talking about the weight distribution, how tall the robot is, and when you lean all the weight to one side, it kind of bends. So I adjusted these brackets right here, and I extruded them a bit to stand further out. That way when you lean all the weight to one side, it's not, you know, it stops itself, so it's not on the verge of breaking. It kind of has some better support, but then I still didn't like that. I thought I could do better than that. That prompted me to come up with this design. So this is the new servo design right here. It's fully encased. That way, if it's a lot of weight sitting on the top of it and it leans, it supports itself.
I have a better design that looks pretty promising.
I've been doing some printing lately. This is for the new robot design. Time to put it together. Here we are with the new versions of the legs, and make sure they're functioning properly. So this is the down pose, resting fully straight. Now I have everything rigged up again. I need to tweak this.
I have everything attached. I took everything that I learned from these previous builds and I applied it to this new build. Mine. I have everything rigged up the same way. And I didn't have to write any new code. I mean, except for some little tweaks here and there, but for the most part, I was able to use the exact same code. Next was to get this robot walking.
So this is what we got for the robot. This is how it's looking. I have this step.
I have the positions of the legs and the posing squared away. I even tried posing the robot on different terrains. From the smooth surfaces to even more carpety surfaces.
This is what we got for the walk. Boom. This leg starts to pass and it goes there. But you see it still wants to topple over. And then if I press the next key to bring the next foot forward, but I still have to hold it because it has a balancing issue. And this servo just gives out. I might have to replace this servo because it gives out from time to time. I have an idea. I think I'm going to add some training wheels to help balance it. I don't want to keep redoing these robots and making them over. Complete this one project, then I'll move on to another.
It was still unable to balance on one leg. It couldn't do this. So instead of scrapping this robot and working on the fourth, I thought, why not continue to work on this and find a solution? And that's when I thought of giving this robot training wheels. Finish this robot and then build a future robot that can balance on his own.
These are the wheels I printed. They're going to act as training wheels I printed because I can't keep on remaking these robots and starting over from the beginning. These are going to attach right to the edges of these to help balance this robot. Let's see if I can't get a walk cycle going. Going to attach right to the edge just like this. I was wondering if I should make these wheels bigger, and I know this frame is kind of skinny. It may break pretty easily, I don't know, but if it works, it'll be a final. If it don't, I can just reprint, try again, and I'll have a better idea of what to adjust. And look at this. Screw comes right off. Look, got another one. Yep, another one. And another one, ma. And another one, yeah. Another one bites the dust. We have our training wheels on. You see these screws back here? I didn't screw all these in because I already saw them warping, so I was worried about them breaking off like all these other screws. But we have these. We have our wheels on. The computer. Wake up. It's still asleep. Oh, I gotta plug this in too. All right, there we go. All right, got his training wheels on now. Let's see what we're working with. I shouldn't have to hold them. Let's see how this walk looks. Boom. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I shouldn't have hit that. I have a key for that where it eases, but I got a little too excited. Let's try this again. What'd I do? What did I do? All right, let's try this again. Uh-oh. That's one step. Don't fall. You can do it. Uh-oh, let's try, come on. Uh-oh. It's balancing. It's balancing. Oh, let's see. I think we got some here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think we got something. Uh-oh. It's like a little shuffle. Man, you were doing so good. Hey. The training wheels helped a lot.
One thing I realized was that I was overcomplicating everything. I was creating posing for each leg. You don't have to do that. I was writing way more code than was necessary, when there was a simpler way to create the walk from the code that I already had. You know, sometimes we don't always need to create something new or go out of our way to buy new things. We may already have the things we need, but we just need to put it to use. You learn more finding solutions to the problems you already have instead of starting over and just going out and buying a whole new 3D printer. You bought a whole new 3D printer and didn't learn nothing, huh? You just buy your problems away, huh? You just buy your problems away and learn nothing, huh? Do you? Do you? Yes, that was definitely a shot fired. If you know, you know.
So I printed some wheels for the fronts of the feet and the back of the feet. Not only will it stabilize and help with the balance, but it'll help the foot glide and roll across the carpet so it's not getting caught as he's stepping. And I thought I can make these even better, so I reprinted those, which is a better version of these combined with some grooves or traction. So I'm going to take these off and replace it with these, and I think I'm going to reprint these to match these wheels as well. I got to take these off, and remember the screw broke, so now I got to kind of see how I'm gonna get this off. And it's so difficult because I got two screws broke off on this one. I was able to take this one off, but if all this fail, I could just break them off because I still got two more screw holes, but I'm gonna see if I can't twist these out of here. Well, I tried to twist it off and ended up breaking it off, which actually worked. So I might as well just break that off. Old wheels removed, new wheels attached.
So I was working and switching my wheels out when I finally looked to the side of my desk and saw all my previous old builds. I never throw them away because I don't know, what do people do with that?
These are literally all the scraps from all my previous builds. I just been throwing throwing them on the side right here. These are all old builds. What am I gonna do with all these? Probably should build something with it like Legos. This is the body that's gonna go on this robot that I'm currently working on. Right here. So this is a body for that. And this is the head for it. I don't know. What do people do with these?
What do people do with all the old builds that they have? Do they donate them? Do they melt them back down? What do they do? But anyway, back to the robot.
I have the new wheels on, the balance and everything. Let's see.
So the robot was still struggling to walk. And there was two reasons why that was. For one, I needed to charge the battery.
Ran out of battery. Gotta charge it. But that was progress. You can see right here, it's a little battery slot. So if I press it, if I turn it on, whew. See, there's only one blinking.
Two, I had a couple of bad servos. But I already told you in the last video.
Turns out that I'm frying my servos. And I'm going to fry a lot more servos because that's just what I do. This servo, this knee keeps collapsing. So I'm trying to troubleshoot this and figure out what the issue with this is. If I need a new servo or if it's an issue within the code. Changed everything. I changed the wiring. I changed the PCA board. I just swapped so many things. I changed the extension, made sure that was good. Nothing was working. Then I finally realized it was the servo, so I need to replace the servo. And while I'm at it, I also need to create some new joints and redo the design for the feet. As you can see, the brackets are coming loose. The brackets are coming apart. The way this is designed and built is not the best structure to hold, so I have to redesign this. As you can see, it's coming loose right there on both sides. This is the other side where you can see the screws are detaching or ripping out. That side snapped and these screws simply ripped out. While I was designing these joints, I also decided to design some new wheels that spans a lot freer, you know. They're a lot looser opposed to the others. Right here, you know, they're a little stiffer. So I designed some better wheels to hopefully help this robot glide a lot better. Here is the new leg design attached. It looks just like the original, but there's a slight difference in the way it's built. As you can see on this one where the brackets broke apart, I decided to remake it. Instead of the brackets screwing in from the bottom, I decided to make the new brackets where it screws in from the side. That way it provides a lot more stability. It doesn't have as much force against it that causes the screws to rip out. So I think this will be a much better design to implement in my future projects as well.
New servos, new brackets, new wheels, and now the moment we've all been waiting for.
All right, this is the new robot build. Whoop, whoop. Hey, don't worry about that stuff over there. Just ignore that stuff over there. But anyway, this is the new robot build. I have the new joints, new servos, brackets, everything attached. Now for the walk.
Every day when you're walking down the street,
So you can even turn sideways as well. We got the sideways step going. He still gets caught on the carpet sometimes. I might have to reprint a better version of the wheels. I already have something in mind. So this is a little speed up. He was getting stuck, but I just kept working with it. He did a turn, but hey. I was trying to shift some turning in the other direction, but I'm gonna hit y'all with this. Look at this. Moonwalk. Moonwalk. Moonwalk.
So we got the walk down. And as you saw, this was the best walk you ever saw in your life. Humans don't even walk this good. Ain't that right? Fact! The only thing left to do was transition to the ESP32.
So for the final build of this, I am going to be transitioning to the ESP32 cam module. That is what I have in my hand right now. I am currently operating on the Arduino, but this will be implemented in the final build. Okay, in order to attach the ESP32, I gotta put the rest of the builds on. So this is the body that's gonna go on the robot. So that's the body, and then the head is gonna go on there, right there, like that. So the ESP32 cam is gonna sit right there in the inside right there. And I also have an OLED screen right there to go on that side. I have the body and everything attached to the build. So before I transition to the ESP32, I thought it was best to, yeah, as you can see, I thought it was best to see how it carries and handles the weight before I transition into the final build. Well, long story short, that did not go as planned. And I have to just accept that this is way too heavy for the build that I have and the servos that I am working with, or motors. This is way too heavy. I had to accept it. So I did come up with another solution.
Okay, so it doesn't walk.
All right, so for the new build, I decided to scrap the whole head and neck joints and all that and just combine it all into one. So the head is the new torso. I even put a vent on top so you can see inside. And I also made a little opening in the back for clearance. I took the components that were in the head and I just designed them to go inside the torso or the body. And yeah, I just simplified everything to make this build, this first robot, this first build simpler, I guess.
Finally decided to take a step back. Instead of making all these complex builds, just make a simpler build. It doesn't have to have all these lasers and missiles and everything just yet. I can always build another robot to rule the world.
The new head, the new build, all the components attached, ESP32 cam, LED module, the TTI right there. You plug the USB in right in that section, like that.
So I eliminated the extra neck joint and the head joint to reduce the weight and combined them all into one. This is the final build. And the new torso also acts as the head. But will it walk?
All right, finally, let's get into the robot walking. This is the final build, the new final build, maybe. But let's see how it looks. This is my turn sequence. Now, mind you, I literally did this turn and he was turning off camera. And weirdly, I guess once I start recording, he don't want to turn anymore. But I kept working with it anyway, so this is just me speeding up the video to show him turning. But of course, I'm going to continue to adjust this and play with it until the turn is smooth the way I intend it to be.
All right, I'm happy with it. It's time to bring this thing to the close. See you in the next one.